Tell me again who you're here for?
Jeffrey Brian Parker.
And who is he?
That's my son. He's just hoping and praying that 25 years isn't enough, and all the programs that they have throughout their system. He's done 44 of them.
But his sentence is life with the possibility of
With
parole.
the possibility of parole. We thought he'd be out by now. He trusted the justice system he'd be out. So we're hoping today.
Good morning, everyone. These will be the hearings for Parker, Fulmer, and Patterson, and we will have the hearings in that order. At this time, let me ask that everyone who is going to testify, please stand and raise their right hand and be sworn in by our bailiff. We will begin with the parole hearing for Jeffrey Parker, who is serving life for the convictions of murder and attempted murder.
He's been a stand-up inmate. He has a stellar record. He has a minimum out classification. He's held jobs continuously since he's been incarcerated. We have a 40-year-old man here that still has a chance. We're asking that you look beyond his crime and look at the man he's become.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to speak on behalf of our son. To sum up what Mr. Cross has said, Brian's been incarcerated for almost 25 years. He has done everything the system asked of him and then some. He has a family and a stable Christian home to come to.
And Brian has basically had to grow up in prison. He surrounded himself with men like myself, people who had realized their errors in life and were doing things differently. I've been able to make the changes, and I know that Brian will be able to. And we'll work with him in any way we can to help him make those changes.
Thank you. We will now hear from those who are protesting parole.
I'm the wife of the murder victim. I understand that he has done right in jail. It doesn't replace my husband. They took a life and they changed the course of so many in the process of the things that they did. I don't think 24 years is enough time for that kind of crime.
He said he's grown up in prison. At 17 years old, he made a choice that day. I'm glad he's doing well in prison, but we gotta remember, we're here today because of justice. He's gotta serve. He had a capital murder charge he pled down to murder. It was originally capital murder. And I wanna read the letter that I got from the district attorney's office. He said on November the 24th, 1997, Jeffrey Brian Parker entered the home in the residence in Leeds, Alabama after midnight. The inmate should remain behind bars and serve his entire sentence. We ask, because of the nature of the crime, please deny it for the maximum time allowed by law.
We're also opposed to the release of this inmate on parole. I don't think we can look past the facts of this case and determining whether or not this inmate should be released on parole. The facts of this case are egregious. We ask that you please hold this inmate to the agreement he made with the court. Please deny him for the maximum amount of 5 years.
Now I speak for my fellow board members when I thank you all for being here and for your testimony. We fully review all of the files prior to the hearings, but your testimony gives us very valuable insight into these cases. At this time, I will ask Mr. Littleton and Mr. Spurlock if there are any motions for executive session.
I have a motion for executive session in these three.
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right. So the motion is seconded and then voted on unanimously. We will be in executive session in these cases to discuss the privileged material in these files, and after having done so, we will come back and vote and announce our decisions publicly in the hearing room. I want to thank you for your patience during this process. And remind everyone to please remain seated in the hearing room while the board is in executive session. Thank you very much. By unanimous vote, the board is going to come out of executive session. We will now vote in all three cases, and then we will announce our decisions publicly in the hearing room. In the matter of parole for Jeffrey Parker, it is the unanimous decision of the board that parole will be denied at this time. It is also the unanimous decision of the board that parole will be reconsidered in 5 years in April of 2027.